Hi guys, I'm going to be running through the Thomas Cook AI Assistant in this demo. This is fulfilling a brief provided by James to allow a user to be able to view their room, opt in for late checkout, view the pool, and also opt in to reserve a sunbed. Any points, I'm going to jump in and start explaining what it is that I'm doing, but otherwise I'm just going to be typing away to demonstrate how it works. So what's happened here is the AI has picked up on some keywords such as questions and holiday to make the assumption that it is understanding that I've got questions about my holiday, and as a result of which it starts the first engage, which the first engagement is to ask me for my booking reference ID. Now, this can be tied into your CRM system through an API, which means that any ID that isn't correct would automatically get a rejection. So let's say I put in the incorrect one by a typo. So let's say CD and then 001. It would tell me that I've put in the incorrect reference number because it doesn't correlate to anything that they have on their system. So let me see if I just put in the correct one, what should happen. It comes up with the correct one. Now, I would then need to put in my postcode. So I enter in my postcode, but I enter it incorrectly. So let's say I put in a $ instead of the number 4, and then 2BA. That doesn't come back correctly, so I need to put in the correct postcode, which means that it comes back with the correct details. So I would then need to put in my address. Now, again, if I put in the incorrect address, perhaps an old address that I had or another typo, what would happen, it would ideally in the CRM look at the booking reference, look at the postcode, and realize that obviously the first line address does not match up. This is again pulling data normally through an API. For demonstration purposes, I've just put these rules and conditions within the chat itself. So I would need to put in my correct first line of address in order for the booking to go through. So yes, now it's found me the correct booking ID, the correct postcode, and the first line address all correlate. And that says that, of course, you've got a holiday booked at Hotel de la Amazing with those specific dates of checking in and checking out. If that's correct, I say yes. Confirming all of those details one last time, yes. Great, I'm ready to start. Now, in the instance that this has been a conversation that's happened already within the chat, for instance, via Messenger app and such, those details will be remembered because obviously those key value pairs within the dataset, through the cookies, would have been set in stone already. We just need to have the system set to understand that that is how things are to be frameworked within the chat, so that anything in the future, anytime I then go back on, once all of those details are registered, it'll stay that way. Any new information can also be fed through the API, so it's constantly aligned to me being me, and any bookings that are pertinent to my account would automatically be registered through the chat. So that's completely possible to do. No issues there at all. So let's say I want to book a room. Book a late checkout for my room. So first of all, I want to see my room. So I would. Now, the virtual tour, due to it being hosted on JavaScript, makes it very difficult for us to pull the specific virtual tour through. It can be hosted, as you see here in this video. So if I was to click on this, it would play the video of a virtual tour that I've got through YouTube just for demonstration purposes. But that poly virtual tour would be completely viewable within this frame here. We could even make it larger if you wanted to, and as a result of which that would be a format which people could see their room within the chat. Otherwise, should they wish to, they can click through on the Explore button, which opens up a brand new page which demonstrates the poly demonstration for the view of the room with all the interactive points here. Again, it's just a matter of coding it. I'm just a lowly salesperson, so I don't have the coding skills, but it's not a difficult task for our team to do by any means. As a result of which, I then say, well, that's great. I can, book late checkout on my room. So, yes, I would like to book late checkout. Great. What's my booking reference ID? So let's say I'm being cheeky and I want to book a late checkout for 9 p.m. most of my holiday. Those rules and conditions can be set in place to allow those parameters to be only within a certain variable. It's very easy to do. Again, should the benchmarks change for a specific hotel, you can, or by Thomas Cook policies, you can amend those quite easily yourself. It's child's play. It really is that simple to do. I had training for a day or two, and after which I'm able to go into the system now and do it myself. It's very user friendly. So I then say, okay, fine, I'll choose 4 p.m. Great. Would I like a taxi? No. Yes, all those details are correct. Now, I also want to see the pool. I would like to see the pool. And it should obviously, same as last time with regards to the virtual tour of the room, same thing applies here. If the poly is split out into separate, obviously individual showpieces, then that shouldn't be a problem for us to do. It's just the way that it was actually built within the poly as being JavaScript. So again, not an issue for us to have this all hosted within the chat itself. And again, like last time, this click through to the actual view itself. But in this instance, because they're all collated into one single URL up here, I'm not able to split them out. But if you are, then there's no reason why we can't have it just immediately jump through to this. So you can see the pool itself and obviously the area where you can actually reserve the sunbeds. Now, James also mentioned that he would like to see the capabilities of the chatbot being asked the same question, but in different ways. So simple demonstration of this would be, show me the pool. As you can see, there's a number of different variances. I could be here all day and keep going through all of them. But you can test this out yourself. You have the URL while you're watching this, so feel free to play around with it. But you get the idea. So let's say I do want to reserve a sunbed. So you can say I would And the variances of the question applies to obviously the booking of the sunbed and also the booking of late checkout. So you can ask, I would like to reserve a sunbed. I want a sunbed to be saved for me, or something like that. And it would make the assumption of what it is you're intending, and your intent would be surmised from the words that you're using to provide you with an answer such as this. So, what's your first name? Or booking ID. Again, but remember that if it already recognizes who I am, these details won't be required. If it's be those key pieces of information have already been inputted, it will remember those key values. Otherwise, obviously from cookie data. Otherwise, failing that, it can also be pulled through from the API. So all that data is all automatically ready and coordinated with your system. So how many beds would I like to book? 2. This is the new question, obviously, that we asked. So yes, I would like to book a bed on an island. Now, as mentioned to James in the call we had with him today, when you are doing this, what we can do is pull through a calendar to show availability of the beds, AM, PM, etc. That's not a problem at all. We can have that as a little calendar widget to see what the availabilities are and for which days, and you can just select those. But I'm the one who created this demo myself, so just for demonstration purposes, I've left it as such because I don't have the skill sets to be able to add in widgets yet. So would you like to have beds with the umbrellas? Sorry, umbrellas with the beds, rather. Yes. No problem. Confirming everything to me. And then just simple thank you. So again, nice natural flow, giving me everything I need. I can ask questions in a variety of different ways, and it will still provide me with the answers that I want. Again, this is just a demonstration of our capabilities, something that I myself have created on Friday and did within less than a day. And it's really a very user-friendly tool. And we would love to come in and show you in more detail how we can help Thomas Cook really apply artificial intelligence cognitive assistance solution to their business. Thanks very much.